Show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. For the Pistons, they come into this game after a loss to the Raptors in Toronto. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. And it's hard to believe, after a long, wild ride, we come to the end of the regular season.
Amazing.
Shaq, for those teams that sort of fell apart by the end, what changes can they make in the offseason to prepare for having another run at it?
Well, real simple, Ernie. It's only really two answers. First, they got to decide who we're keeping, all right? And then second, you got to identify the free agents that fit your system.
Sounds simple,
rebuild
Jack.
this.
Sounds simple.
No, it's not simple because these guys are in a position like this because of a reason. They haven't been good at it. And so they haven't made great trades, and it's especially hard to get stars and make trades for stars. So that's another reason. And secondly, they haven't done a great job of doing their research. They're in research and preparation for the draft. And if they can't do that, they will be in the same boat, same time, same next year, and I'll be upset again with them this year.
Wow, sounds difficult. I don't know which way to go. Okay, time for tip-off. We send it over to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The Star-Spangled Banner, sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome everyone to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons. Win against them would do them wonders. And David Aldridge is standing by for...
Well, Kevin, this has been maybe the most...
Okay, David, much appreciated. And as we know, this is the final day of the regular season, Chris. A lot of make-or-break situations for teams on the bubble. How much fun is it playing in these types of games?
I'll tell you, twice in my career, I've been in a situation where we had to play in the playoffs in the last game of the season. One time we won it in Washington, one time we lost it. So it's a lot of excitement, Kevin. There's a lot of heartbreak as well. So there's two sides of that coin, but it's always exciting the last game.
Isn't it hard to believe that a season after 81 games can come down to the 82nd game after all that travel, all those practices, and all those games?
It's crazy, and coaches love it because that's when they can reiterate. I told you, it's about the little things. If you'd have done different game 3, we wouldn't be in this position.
I bet they do.
Oh, yeah, they love it.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Detroit, Reggie Jackson out there with Lance Stevenson. And there's Anthony Tolliver. Then there's Griffin. And it's Bullock in at the small forward. Shot clock at 2. Felicio kicks to Smith. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Oh, yeah, you better not forget just how athletic Smith is. He's a skilled dunker if he has the room to take off.
Detroit with the ball. 4-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had to figure it out and take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
Fires it up. Bullock, good.
Wow, he's only going to hit that shot about 1 out of 10 times.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Dunn. A beautiful reverse layup.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
Jackson with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Overdone. Jackson misses. Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Markkanen, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
And Chris, growing up a fan of the Pistons, did you have any particular moment that sticks out to you about this franchise?
Oh, so many moments. Isaiah Thomas winning MVP in the All-Star game. So many moments. Joe Dumars playing great defense on Michael Jordan, sweeping the 1989 finals. That was our first time. And in high school, I remember we had these little pocket TVs that one of my friends had. We actually got to watch the game as the Pistons played against Portland. So, of course, I have many memories. You want some more? I keep going on and on and on and on.
Markkanen sets the pick for Dunn. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
A nice shot by Griffin.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
That's all you want. It's a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
Felicio kicks to Smith. Bullock with the rebound.
Oh, you see, finally see a miss there after hitting their first 4 shots of the game.
He feeds it to Jackson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here from about 19 feet. And that one hits back iron.
You got to give the D credit there. Effective. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Outside, Levine. Smith outside. Smith missing again. Pistons trail by 6. Stevenson with it. Now defended by Levine. And that one's good by Stevenson.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
So for the Bulls, Portis, he's checked in for Felicio. Nance comes in for Markkanen, and it's Grant in for Dunn. Grant outside. To the paint, kick out to Levine. Buries it from 3-point range. Levine's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Pistons have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start. Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pikes kicks to Johnson. And here's Ennis, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Lure the screen. Pass to Bikes. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And Ennis lays it up and in.
That's what every team needs. Guys getting after it on the offensive board.
Grant outside. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Detroit.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Ennis kicks to Johnson. Lure a screen on Nance. Off the screen. Johnson can't hit. last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Nets.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
And they tried to adjust it. Every play they ran got countered by Bellingham.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Bikes. He's covered by Grant. Johnson the screen. Well, 3. Here's Tucker. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Listen,
Pistons trail by 7. Hands out there with Portis. Then there's Grant. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. And Lure kicks to Bikes. Lure the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Got freed up. Nice work off the pit. Bikes has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Pistons. On the wing, LaVine. To the middle. Lopez passes to LaVine. Grant outside. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Vicious to Ennis. Lure up top. Pistons passing it around. Johnson outside. Back to Lure. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Lure's got his first points of the night.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pass to Portis. Lopez a screen. Goes up off the pick. And that one is stuck right through.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like it drank for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Well, many had high hopes for what Stanley Johnson could be in the NBA, but after a rough sophomore season, questions have been raised. C. Webb, former 9th overall pick, player of the year in high school in Los Angeles, terrific freshman year at Arizona. He saw major regression in many areas of his game.
Well, look, the NBA is a different level. When you come in as younger as Stanley came in, you're going to have to figure your way out. He's with a great organization, great coaches around. He should improve with hard work.
Great job right there, Kevin. Beating the defense to the spot. Love the strong, aggressive effort right there.
Here's Dunn. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Grant outside. Tries a three. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Pistons trail by 5. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jackson passes to Kennard. Now Griffin. 26 points for him last game against Toronto over Lopez. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. We always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership just follow that on the court. We bring that to today with the guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in, along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically, when you know they're taking over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. Now, here's Dunn, guarded by Jackson. Dunn dishes to Grant. To the paint, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
At 7 feet tall, Lopez makes dunking look easy. Once he's close to the bucket, forget about it.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
Well, anyone looking for highlights? Because you just found one. How about the creativity there in the air?
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Now, here's Dunn. Lopez kicks to Grant. They get it again.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? The Pistons have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Picked by Griffin. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Jackson, that's good.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from there.
Chicago calls timeout. And see, with one thing you can always count on is Reggie Jackson and his ability to get a shot off. Just a knack for finding seams in that defense that lead to the rim, or getting some open space and putting up a quality jump shot.
But you're right, Kevin. That's why he's great in isolation sets with the clock winding down. And also, I mean, he's worked on his pull-up jumpers and floaters to have to be that option.
Done with it. Outside, Levine. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays good.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Kicks it out to Stevenson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Chicago leading. 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Screen by Smith. Markkanen gets to Levine. To the middle. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Levine. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Inside. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
And here is Dunn. It's deflected. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bulls lead by 2.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Chicago came ready to play. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. In the second period, they lost some momentum, and that is just about going to wrap.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now. Blake. Here's Jackson. On the floor for Detroit, they've got Reggie Bullock. Griffin is out there with Anthony Tolliver. And there's Jackson, and it's Stevenson in at the 2-guard spot. Griffin. And he overshot that one, missing.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Dunn kicks to Felicio. Levine for 3. Worked down low that time, and he got the free second goal. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 1, the Bulls.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Outside Jackson. Over Dunn. The shot comes out, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Smith drives in, stolen by Stevenson. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here, and it's in there. And Chicago shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Here's Smith. Kicks it to Markkanen. Back to Smith. And the layup is good. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
They're pretty clever inside, exceptional at finding space to get a shot off there.
To the inside. Stevenson outside. The dish to Tolliver. The Pistons with the fresh 24. Griffin kicks to Stevenson. Another shot. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Stevenson's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. And Detroit with a change here, too. Ennis is checked in. They get a hand on it. Jackson kicks to Griffin.
Tell us how you really feel
about that finish.
Whew. Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
And that replay is sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Here's Smith. That one goes in. Smith's got 6.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Attention to detail. They've really turned the corner here. Completely different team compared to their play and their focus in the first half.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependent.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. Nance comes in for Zach LaVine, and it's Grant in for Dunn. Grant, that's good.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Now Jackson. The feed to Tolliver. Six on the shot clock. Jackson with it. Now defended by Grant. Shoots from the high post. No good off the front iron.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
See, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents makes Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend him.
Chicago making a switch here. Levine's checked in, and a different look here for the Pistons. Lewis checked in for Griffin. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Johnson, he's checked in for Ennis, and it's Dwight Bikes in for Reggie Jackson. Lopez a screen. Nance passes to Portis. Over Lure, off the left rim and out. The Pistons trailing. Stevenson right side. Johnson, a wide open look. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Outside, Levine. Down low. Back to Portis. Man's a screen on Stevenson. Portis kicks to Levine. Portis in the post. Good on the shot.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside. Go strong to the rim.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Bulls shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. 1:15 left to play here in the 3rd. Lure the screen. Kennard, the pass to Luke. Lopez with the steal. And it's Smith penetrating. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Now, we know this guy Smith is one of the most fearless shooters in the game. I don't know if he's ever seen a shot he didn't like.
Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. J.R. Smith hits them both. Pistons trail by 3. Johnson outside. Pass to Luke. Over Lopez. And Lure gets it to go.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Well, come on, he's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Bulls have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And the technical free throw is good. Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. Chicago with the ball. The lead is 2. There's the pick. Levine dishes to Markkanen. Stolen by Lure. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Kennard.
That's how you attack. Wow.
Attack the rim, baby. Move out the way.
Johnson against Smith. Nance outside. Here's Markkanen. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. It's all tied in Chicago. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Hands out there with Markkanen. And it's Felicio in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Nance, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. The Bulls shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Nance, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Nance has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Bulls.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
Here's Kennard. And another 3 for Detroit. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Now, here's Dunn. Up top, Nance. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Swiped it away. Pushing it up. Kennard, the pass to Johnson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Now it's a 3-point Detroit lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
He had a nice open look right there.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by the team.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, the head coach for Detroit had some instruction for the guys during the break. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
The Pistons making a change here. Ennis is checked in. Jackson kicks to Bullock. 14 feet away. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. They get it back. Hubbard on the shot. He'll shoot free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
That free throw good from Tolliver. He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 4. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Dunn kicks to Felicio. And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. That one doesn't drop. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Nance with it. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And that's the right call. Make the defense get physical with you and pick up some fouls in the process.
And Stevenson's checked in for the Pistons.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that.
Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Detroit.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to drop out.
The Bulls making a switch here. Smith is checked in.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Outside Jackson fires the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Felicio's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now into the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Here's Jackson. That ball. High speed that time from Stevenson. And that's now 7 points for Reggie Jackson. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. They set the pick. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Admire the determination of Dunn, staying confident in his shot at all times.
Jackson kicks to Tolliver. Feeds to Griffin. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
The first free throw is good.
Just a tremendous talent when healthy. That's the key for Griffin. Try to avoid a big injury that takes up a chunk of the season.
That's why his teammates trust him so much at the line.
J.R. Smith on the wing. The pass to Dunn. There's a good screen. He kicks it to Markkanen to take the lead. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Outside Jackson. Bullock kicks to Griffin. It's tipped. We've got 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. And here is Markkanen. He dishes it to Dunn. He feeds it to Markkanen. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Now this game is coming down to the wire, and rush plays like that show how much pressure the players out there really feel.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. There's a good screen. Bullock kicks to Griffin. The 11-footer. It's good.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
We want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Stolen by Stevenson. Puts up a three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Levine with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. Count! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And Markkanen continuing to improve inside. I mean, utilizing his height. If D has a tough time matching up with somebody with his skill set.
Griffin down low. Felicio with the rebound.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Smith the pass to Felicio. Pass to Dunn to tie it up. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
And Dunn is just a clutch performer. This guy knows how to step up when it matters most.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of move, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Poke loose. Stevenson. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot? Incredible.
All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
An incredible last-second shot. He's the hero for the day.
And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing